story, but the day is young. Here's your first actual tip. Number one, you have to choose a niche. And maybe it sounds cliche, but what is your niche? I want you to post below what's your specific niche. Every one of your videos that you post on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube should be targeted to a very specific niche. There are a lot of realtors. There are probably thousands and thousands in your market. How are you going to stand out? If you're just the realtor for Southern California, guess what? There's, 50,000 other realtors in Southern California as well. So you got to choose a specific niche. Now, here's something that's super instructive that I learned from my sister, Tracy. She's a professional organizer, and she has over 100,000 followers on her Instagram account because she has a very specific niche. Every one of her videos, it's mostly stories. Every one of her stories is organizing tips, showing what she's doing in a job. People follow her for a very specific reason. They know they're going to get organizing tips when they go to her Instagram account. So when people go to your Instagram account, what are they going to get? You get like random stuff. I mean, we're realtors. It's a little bit different. It's okay to mix business with real life, but you have to have a niche and be totally targeted. It's going to make all the difference in the world. People need a reason to come to your, and specifically in this case, your Instagram account. When you go to somebody's Instagram account, when you follow somebody, it's like, oh, I go there because they do motocross, or they have Dodge Chargers, or they have trucks, or they have RVs, or they are all about border collies. The Instagram accounts that do the very best are the ones that are very specific and very targeted. So you got to target it. It can't be all rando. Choose a niche, man. Choose a niche and post in the comments what your niche is. For this tip, I'm bringing on a special guest. She's my favorite realtor ever. She's smoking hot, and she knows way more than me about real estate. She does all of the real estate for her business. I'm admitting it. I don't do jack. Here she is, the hottest realtor in the world with a tip.
Just sold. Just listed. Hey, we just sold this. Guys, where else does any other profession say, I got a paycheck? Woohoo! Look at me. No. My next tip, I'm going to talk to you about creating stories around that. And I'm going to tell you a better way to tell people that, yes, you just sold something or just listed something. But it's going to be a lot better than just sold, just listed, woohoo, paycheck. One thing every video should have is a story. People engage with a story. That's how you remember. And this is a great example. We are in Bear Lake right now, visiting with our grandchildren. And the story of Bear Lake was one time it's actually called Garden City, but everybody calls it Bear Lake. There was a bear that came through, was swimming in somebody's pool, and that got the name of Bear Lake. They haven't seen bears since then, but it's still stuck, and it's called Bear Lake.
Because it's a story, man. People engage with stories. When you watch a movie, you don't go, oh, that was filmed on an Arri Alexa, so I want to watch it. You don't care. It doesn't matter if it's on your phone or a Canon or Panasonic. Nobody cares what gear you use. They care about the story. So tell engaging stories on all of your videos, whether it's on Instagram stories, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. There should always be at least a little element of a story.
And here's another little tip. So you think, well, I don't know anything about my town. Guys, Google it. You're going to find some interesting facts to create a story around that. There's a few more facts that we're going to share later on about Bear Lake and how it got its name, the crest, all kinds of other stories. And your tips don't always have to be Googling about your town. It could be about other things. If you Google how so many things came up in real estate, you're going to find some really interesting facts. Google how a grant deed got developed. It's kind of interesting how it's transferred.
Richard Branson was what's asked what advice he would give to business owners to have success in their business. He gave one tip, and he said, tell them to work out. You think work out, that's nonsense. But I'm telling you, if you want success in your business, you want to feel good when you're making your videos, work out, man. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. That's another thing. People are like all uptight. I don't like how I look on camera. Well, go to the gym. You're going to look better. Just do it.
Here's another video tip, guys, and it relates to going to the gym. I have closed tons of deals. In fact, $3 million this year from my gym. And how'd I do it? Just wearing branded shirts that say realtor, #realtor, anything like that. People just naturally know and they'll ask. So guys, when you take your videos, you're going to have some subliminal messaging in there, but you don't have to say anything about real estate. They'll see it on your shirt.
We'll get to some more specific, lighting and camera kind of specific video tips, but all this stuff is pretty foundational and pretty important. And the next tip is, don't make excuses, just start. Let's talk about the gym real quick. So last year, this one had breast cancer, double mastectomy, and the doctor said she had never seen chest muscle like that in a woman before because, what were you doing?
CrossFit.
She was doing CrossFit, she was working out consistently. And now, what are you still doing?
Still doing CrossFit. They told me it would take a year to climb back up the rope. I may never be able to do toes to bars. I've done both. I did climbed up the rope 6 weeks after a double mastectomy.
So no excuses at all. And let me tell you about me. Pinned from motocross, arthritis, spinal bifida, scoliosis, knees hurt. Doesn't matter, you just go, man. You don't make excuses, you just go and you're gonna feel better, I promise. Work out. Here's another video tip. Be yourself. Like, if you look like this for CrossFit, so what? Don't comb your hair. You don't have to look perfect in every video. You gotta be real and raw. People do business with human beings, not with companies, especially in our space, in the real estate space. So be a regular person, somebody that people can relate to. And nobody ever goes, oh, I'm going to do business with them because I saw their videos and they had a tie on and they looked so professional. That's why I want to do business with them. No, they want to do business with people they can relate to, the regular people. People that are like, hey, working by the lake, didn't comb their hair yet, haven't showered yet, whatever, nobody cares. Just be real, man. All right, let's talk about all the stuff that people really want to know about. The questions I get asked all the time. Trevor, what camera should I get? The camera you have is perfect. If you're using an iPhone or an Android made in the last few years, it's glorious. Shoots 4K, 24p, slow motion, time lapses, is everything. So what camera? The one you already have. If you're like, I just want to upgrade, what's the next thing I should get? You know, a little bit better than that, the Canon, Panasonic, and Sony, them all have killer cameras. You know, which one? Canon M50 is a great starter camera. There's a bunch of them. What about software? What software should I use, Trevor? Dude, it all does exactly the same thing. All you're doing with software is choosing which piece of the video you want to use. All of them do the same thing. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I used to use Final Cut Pro. Used to use Avid, you know, in the Hollywood world. It all does the same thing. So the one you have is great. If you're just starting out, a really good one is Filmora. It's all the same principles as like Adobe Premiere, but it's really easy and simple. So that's a great one to start. If you have iMovie, that's great. Which software? Doesn't matter. I mean, it's kind of funny. People watch my videos and go, Trevor, how did you edit that? What software? And the software's like totally irrelevant. Could have done basically the same thing with any software. Where should you shoot? Well, there's a couple schools of thought on that, and they're both right. If you have a studio set up, something at home, it's going to make it easier for you to shoot consistent videos. You have it set up, have the camera set up, it's like, boom, you just go and shoot every day. But it's relatively boring. And a better option is to go outside. Like right now, I'm here, I'm at Bear Lake, so I could be on the water, be on a raft, be anywhere around here. This is a great place to shoot because it's beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. This is my view from where I'm stationed right now. So on location is awesome. It just takes more time. So you're gonna have to just, you know, decide what you want to do, what your time commitment is. If you've got plenty of time, then yeah, go on location. If you just need to bust them out, do it locally. I mean, do it in your office, do it in a space that you have set up. And what's more important than the location is the content. Content is everything. Let's talk about lighting real quick. Outdoor lighting specifically. This is the wrong time of day. It's the middle of the day and the sun is super unflattering, dark circles here. It's terrible. So being out in the open in the middle of the day is bad. What if you only have openness and there's no possibility of shade or better lighting? Well, then you shoot early morning or late evening, sunrise, sunset, and then you have beautiful lighting coming from one direction, and then you and the background will be lit about the same. Now, what could I do right now? Well, I could go in the shade right here, and that's gonna help quite a bit. The only issue is that the background's a little brighter than me, but it's not too bad right here, but this is considerably better than that. And with my hat on, make things maybe a little more even, maybe not. See how the lighting's really bad on my face here and the background's totally blown out? What do? What's one trick I do almost every time I shoot outside? and I've shared this in a bunch of places, but you haven't seen it yet. All I do is go like this. I spin around looking at my phone because it's got the big screen, and I go, oh, where does the lighting look the best? It's like, oh, huh. Here, the lighting looks the best. Now, the background's boring, so that's kind of the compromise, but in this case, lighting looks best because the light is coming from over there and there's nothing super bright back there, and so lighting looks pretty good. People want your face to be evenly lit. They want your eyes to be lit, so just do that little spinny trick every time and find the best lighting. And then plan, like look around, go, where's their beautiful background, where there's good lighting. One other trick is you want to stand just inside the shade. Let me see if I can find a just inside the shade thing. Stand by. I've chosen this spot specifically. Look how bad the lighting is. It's super bright, it's overhead. My hat's covering part of my face. My nose is sticking out. What do I want to do? I want to get just inside the shade. I want the sun to be that way. Then I walk backwards until I am just inside the shade. And it was better a second ago, but yeah, that is actually it's not bad at all right here. Just inside the shade. Not bad, right? Because I'm just inside the shade. The sun over there, I want to be just at the edge of the shade. I have to back up a little more to find it perfectly. And back here, the background is the same brightness as me because I'm not doing that. There it's totally blown out. But here, background about the same brightness. So lighting's not too bad. What about framing? People do this a lot. Hey, I'm making a video. Look at this house I got for sale. This is terrible, man. It's super simple. Just get the camera right at or slightly above eye level and put your head at the top of the frame, and then, it looks way better. The other thing is, I've been looking at myself because I'm doing lighting. See, when I'm looking at myself and not looking at you, make sure you look at the camera. Look at the camera, look at the lens, it's right there on the top. Look at that, looks way better. I know I'm vomiting a bunch of tips at you all at once. Just take in as many as you can. Audio is the next thing. Bad audio is unforgivable. So what you want to do, super simple. You don't need an expensive mic. The mic on your phone is fine. The reason this audio sounds pretty good right here is because my mouth is like, 1.5 feet away from the mic, and I'm in an area where there is nothing echoey. It's pretty quiet. So the audio should sound pretty amazing on the mic included on my phone. That's the trick. Have the mic close to your face. Don't be in an echoey room like a kitchen or a bathroom. Just stop doing those videos in the bathroom. They want to see that. And not in the kitchen either, man. It's too echoey. You want to be where if you're indoors, you want there to be carpet or acoustically absorbing stuff, furniture, curtains, that kind of stuff, so that it sounds good. And if you're outside, just make sure you don't have like a street in the background and trains going by and noise. Just go somewhere quiet.
So realtors, here's a great tip for you. Pre-listing presentation or pre-listing packet. How many of you have them? Most people think, I don't do them because they're expensive or whatever. Well, how about doing this? Do all the things that you're going to do during the listing and you create a video. We've done that. It's been hugely successful. So the big thing that you have to do though is if you're going to do those, you must deliver on everything that you say in that pre-listing video because you've got proof of it. So what we always say is under promise, over deliver, and there's a key to success, but do it in a video. And I know the next question you're going to ask after watching that last story, can we see your pre-listing presentation video? Absolutely. Just DM one of us, Trevor, myself, and we'll be more than willing to share it with you.
Side note, it's just after sunset. It's a little bit low, but the lights, not bad. Look how my face and the background are lit about the same. If I'd done this a little earlier, it'd be better because then the sun would be over those mountains that are like right over there. But this is the time to shoot, just about half hour before now. The day is drawing to a close. So I'm going to share with you some quick social media tips, some best practices and what you should be doing real quick, just kind of rapid fire. Number 1, do you need to be on video? Yes. Number 2, done is better than perfect. Stop trying to put it off. People go, I need a better camera, a better mic, I got to write a better script, I got to prepare better, I got to lose 100 pounds. Like, no, you don't. Just start right now. Whatever you have, wherever you are, start creating video content right now. You're going to get better by doing it. You can sit there and watch video tips all day long, and that's great, but you're not going to get better until you start creating content. Which social media platform should you be on? You're probably all of them eventually, but if you are totally stressed out about creating video and about all the platforms and all the stuff there's to learn, start with one, the one you have the biggest presence on right now, and dominate that one. Get super good at creating video content for that one, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, YouTube, doesn't matter. Start. That's how you get better. and dominate that one before you start adding to the next platform. So what about YouTube? Should you get on YouTube? If you're not, yes. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, owned by number one, which is Google. You have to be there so your videos have some permanence. If you post videos on Facebook, that's awesome. You get now action, but after a few days, they're gone, buried in the feed. On YouTube, those videos can live forever and get you business years into the future. So you have to get on YouTube. What if you're on YouTube already and nobody's watching your videos, nobody's clicking on your videos? There's two things that matter most to get your videos clicked: your titles and your thumbnails. And I made a video actually today about how to create good thumbnails. I can't self-promote, so I'm not going to tell you where it is. But you need to learn how to create good thumbnails. There's a way to do it for free with a program called Canva. You learn how to make awesome titles that are searched. Keyword research is super important. So you got to find topics that people are actually searching for so that they will find your videos and watch your content. And my final tip is, this tip is fire, and you think you've heard it before, but if you do this, you will beat everybody. It doesn't matter what you look like, where you live, what your gender is, what your camera is, what your phone is, what your market's like. Doesn't matter. If you do this, you're going to kill it. Be consistent. Post one video every week to YouTube forever, and you will be the guy or the girl in your market. I promise. It doesn't take that much, man, because nobody else is consistent. If you would just do that, you are going to slay it with video marketing and your real estate business. And you won't have to make a cold call again the rest of your life, unless you love making cold calls, but I don't like doing it, and I've never made them. We've had a great real estate business with video. That's it. Be consistent. Thanks. Been fun hanging out. Talk to you soon.
So here's one of my last tips, and this comes from one of our coaches, and that's part of the tip is you should have a great coach. You should have really good coaches. And one of our coaches always talks about power in the pause, and that's kind of what we're doing. When you're creating a lot and doing a lot of content, you need some pause time to reflect and think about what you're going to say. So that's what we did this evening. Today I closed a transaction that was a 30-day escrow that ended up being a 68-day escrow. That took a lot out of me. So I was grateful to be able to have time to reflect and think about creating tonight. So my last tip, and this is it, is we talked about it a few minutes ago, under promising and over delivering. It's been a great Takeover Tuesday with LionDesk, and we appreciate it. We look forward to doing it again. And LionDesk, man, you guys always over deliver to us, and so we are so grateful.
There is.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more. Bonus tip. There's one more thing we forgot to share with you. We use LionDesk extensively for both of our businesses, and I literally send out tens of thousands of emails per month from LionDesk, and that helps my videos get clicked. I just create a clickable link in LionDesk. It's super easy, especially the new version. Create a clickable link, a still photo, or an animated GIF, which is super awesome, LionDesk does, and I email it to my database and go, check out this video. I do it once or twice a week, so tens of thousands of emails every month using LionDesk, and that will help you stay in front of people as well. Use LionDesk. Don't be afraid.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
You don't need any other program. We've done everything that we've done completely using LionDesk. We hope you've had an awesome Takeover Tuesday.